The city has promised hundreds of millions of dollars in new construction at the zoo and the rest of the BioPark, all thanks to a new tax that voters passed last year. But as we have uncovered, a big chunk of that money will actually be paying for some pricey new employees. Is it money well spent? News 13's Chris McKee questioned the city about it. He's on special assignment.
It's that love for the Albuquerque Zoo.
Where are the babies?
That's helped the BioPark net a big payday.
I mean, it's huge. It's absolutely huge.
Hold on to your receipt.
The zoo, aquarium, botanic gardens, and Tingley Beach will get a giant cash stream of $250 million over the next 15 years, all thanks to Albuquerque's new 8-cent gross receipts tax. The nonprofit New Mexico BioPark Society helped convince voters to pass it.
Let's face it, it's about time. You know, the zoo is old and definitely needs some updates and improvements.
And while old buildings are demolished and new buildings go up for animals like the penguins, what you may not know is just how much money will be spent to build nothing.
How do we make sure that those funds are protected?
We have to ensure that there's both accountability and efficiency in managing those dollars.
The city is now creating new jobs to make sure the BioPark tax money isn't squandered.
Well, I think we really want to take our BioPark to the next level.
In the coming weeks, 4 new positions will be added to the city's BioPark payroll. A project coordinator, an assistant for that coordinator, also a project manager, and finally, a new boss, the BioPark chief executive. Together, they'll make more than $300 grand a year. It's an expense the mayor's office defends.
This won't be general fund, this won't be special revenue fund.
The new tax will pay for most of that new payroll, and that's different from what some voters may have expected. A quick check of the ballot from last October said the tax money would go strictly to the capital needs of the BioPark as outlined in the new master plan. So how does the city explain these new jobs? The mayor's office says the BioPark needs more people to oversee those expensive projects.
The last thing you want to do is have a significant amount of dollars coming in and then really not have the guidelines and the blueprints and the management abilities to be able to function.
And they're spending other money to make sure the city makes the right hires. The mayor's office hired a headhunting firm for $35,000 to pick a new BioPark boss.
They really dive deeper than the level of our HR departments would typically look.
The so-called BioPark chief executive is expected to make up to $150,000 a year. Up to $90,000 of that would come from the BioPark tax funds, but the rest of it,
We need this position.
$60,000 will come from private donations to the nonprofit New Mexico BioPark Society.
I've said for years we need to bring back another director level. This isn't something we looked at lightly.
The mayor's office hopes a new BioPark chief will take care of long-term planning so the current BioPark director, Rick Janser, can focus on day-to-day operations. But should new administrators be the BioPark's biggest priority? And there are concerns at the BioPark, including here at the zoo, where federal regulators and national experts recently pointed to low staffing levels, causing problems with maintenance and safety and concerns of threats to animal health. The USDA has cited the zoo 5 times since 2014 for various problems with animal enclosures. In many cases, they blamed a lack of staff and an inability to respond to a maintenance backlog. And the Association of Zoos and Aquariums' last status report also flagged the city for understaffing, something the BioPark Society agrees with.
There are 40, I think, even more, but at least 40 less positions here than there was even 5 years ago, and yet we have more animals and more acreage. So obviously we have a shortage issue.
But the city contends a new chief executive can help with staffing issues.
We need someone that can develop efficiencies. We need someone that can develop management structures.
While the BioPark is about to see a building boom with new exhibits and attractions, the city is planning for current employees to shoulder the extra load. On special assignment, Chris McKee, KRQE News 13.
The city says it hopes to hire the new BioPark chief by July. Open the KRQE app now for a look at the brochure the city used to advertise the chief executive job. Also a breakdown of the other new positions they will add with that BioPark tax money.